Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And today we are back with Amphibia, and today we're going to be I'm going to be reviewing Amphibia season 1 episode 3, story 1, Hop Luck. So yes, we are back with Amphibia. We started with DuckTales, then I went to Amphibia, then I went to Big City Greens. I just finished episode 2. So now we're back with Amphibia, episode 3. We're going to do Hop Luck today, and we're going to do Stake Out, the second story of episode 3, tomorrow, Thursday. And next week on Tuesday, I don't know what we're going to be doing. We could be doing anything. I don't know like which show, but yep, we're back with Amphibia. So yeah, this is Hopluck, potluck, and we start with this nice background right here, and and this guy, if you remember, I think it's the same guy from, what was it? Episode 1, Story 1, Anne or Beast. This guy was about to kiss his, wife or girlfriend or something, and he got carried by this fly, and he's like, help! So I think this is the same guy. So yeah, that happened. And Anne is showing a video of her cat, and her name is Domino, and this is Anne's phone. So Anne's just showing a video of her cat. This is look, she's pretty cute. And Anne said, yeah, Domino's fire. And Polly, said oh, she's so tiny. I feel so big, because she's like the most littlest thing in Amphibia, probably, because she's a pollywog. So to see something that's kind of smaller than her, because it's because of the size of the phone, she feels humongous. So that was pretty funny. And this is a common gag throughout the episode, is because it kind of makes sense through Sprig, where it's yeah, Domino is pretty cute, and and he's like, I'm gonna set her free, and he almost hits the phone with a hammer, and Anne's like, please stop doing that. So this isn't the first time that he's doing it. This isn't the first time that he has done it. And Anne smells something bad, and she's like, did something crawl under the house and die? And Sprig is like, much worse, and much worse. Hop Hop is cooking. And I'm gonna play the clip because this is pretty funny. Sprig is like, brace yourself, and Anne's like, why? And they open the door, and it's the most disgusting stench ever. It's kind of like in SpongeBob, where it's like the old sailor boat noise, or kind of like when something's rotten or something like that. So it's kind of the same thing. So they're just, look at Polly's face. They're just freaked out. And Hop Hop is just cooking this big pot over the fire, and Hop Hop is tasting, and Sprig's like, what's the plan this year, Hop Hop? Are we gonna poison the competition because that's how bad it is? And he just hits him, and he's like, no, this year we are gonna win. And Anne's like, win what? These are the annual potluck. And like, the winner gets a pot of copper coins. You kind of see this old fashioned, photo, like, of the winning dishes. They're all bugs, but they must be delicious. They get money. Hey, look, that's pretty impressive if you can stack like that. And the losers have to, with the worst dish, has to spend the night in the shame cage. And Anne's like, wow. And Sprig is like, and guess which family has to stay there every year? And they're like, because it's them. And Anne's like, if you're gonna think that I'm gonna let my favorite frog family get stuck in the cage for the night, you got another thing coming. And like, she's like, I know I'm not technically a planter, but I'm gonna help you guys out. And Sprig's like, and we really support it. And Anne's like, okay, Hop Hop, what do you got cooking over here? And Hop Hop's like, it's this like famous gumbo and our book, and this is our planter tradition book. We've been using this book ever since I was a pollywog. So like, he's around his 60s, late 60s. So, when he was like around a pollywog, and pollywog, you're like kind of like around 4 years old, because that's like Polly's age. So if he's late 60s, Polly's around 4. Around, because it's late 60s, I say they've been using this book 60 years ago. So 6 decades. They've been using this book for 6 decades. And like, we've been using this book ever since I was a pollywog. And it's like, like you're going through the pages of the book, and Anne's like, I found your problem, guys. And she's like, old things are dumb. And I kind of like the animation where she closes the book, and because it's old, dust and clouds like come out of it, kind of show that like, it's been around for a long time, and they show like tears in the book to kind of show that like ye olde ways, and it's like a cookbook, kind of shows that it isn't brand new, it's actually really old. So I kind of like how they did that. And Sprig and Polly, really like Anne, so like, and she's from another world, so she probably knows what she's doing. And it's like, Sprig and Polly's like, yeah, she's right. And Hop Up is like, exactly, tradition is everything. We've been using this book like forever. What would my great Gam Gam say? And great Gam Gam say, and this is her, and like, and it says tradition means everything. How does she like get this on here? I don't know, because it kind of looks like it's been traced by a marker. And it's like, she said move on. And Hop Up kind of believes her, because he said she was a fierce woman, so like he kind of believes her. And if you guys are gonna win, you need to show something extraordinary, something Warwood has never seen, something like pizza. And Polly's like, I don't know what it is, but I love it. And Anne's like, pizza is awesome. You haven't lived once you tried it with your friends at the mall. And like, and Sprig and Polly are like, yeah, they're totally into it. But Hop Pop's like, let's not get carried away. Let's do the famous swamp mold pot pie, and it just looks so disgusting. I mean, I'm pretty sure the soup is pretty bad, but I would rather have the soup instead of this pie. Ugh. And then they're like, pizza, and Hop Pop's like, okay. They're like, calm down. And like, and Sprig's like, now we just need to do is set it free. And and just, like, grabs the phone before he can swing the hammer. No, all we need to do is get these ingredients: dough, cheese, basil, and tomato. Yeah, and I want to play this clip also because okay, let's go get the ingredients. And Sprig has an idea, and this is pretty controversial. So if you like it, great. If you don't, I mean, I really haven't tried it on pizza, but Sprig has the idea of, hey, maybe we should put pineapple on pizza. Seems like a natural fit, and you just have to watch this clip. You just saw Anne's, like, a lot of people are like that, where it's like, don't you dare talk about pineapple on my pizza. I personally never tried pineapple on pizza. I tried pineapple by itself like once or twice. It wasn't bad, but on pizza, I mean, I can't really say if it's bad or good, but I'm not sure if I would try it on pizza because of how controversial it is. But, like, yeah, Anne's one of those people, like, no pineapple. And Sprig kind of wanted to do it. And Anne's like, come on, pizza dream. And, like, Sprig's like, pizza dream. Like, we see was just being choked. And Polly's like, pizza dream. And then now, we have this, like, pizza kind of moving kind of as the, what do you call it? How you switch through scenes. I forgot the technical term. But, so now we are at this baker place, and this frog is, like, rolling out the dough with his feet. I don't really like that, especially since I really had a big passion for baking. Now I just find it maybe as a hobby, like a small hobby. And he has a rolling pin right there, so I don't know. Didn't really like that. Yeah, and he gets the dough and he puts it in the oven. And I like this baker's shop. Cool, like, design, like the dough everywhere, the messy apron. He has, like, the cool folded hat. So, and I kind of like how Hop Hop still has his book, maybe to convince them that maybe we should do this. And the baker, I kind of like his voice, like, like, big deep voice. It's like, if you want the dough, the boy has to marry my daughter. And look how creepy she is. She has a voodoo doll of Sprig with a steak, and she's like, hi, Sprig. And, like, it just where is it, stabs right. And like, I was just watching, like, the clip earlier just to make sure, like, like, this is the episode I'm doing. When I watched this, I was like, whew. Like, I'm trying to see if I got the right word. I think I got chills when I saw this. Yeah, I kind of, like, felt it when it was piercing through him. I was like, whew, like, ugh. And, like, and he's like, ain't she adorable? And Anne's like, done. And Hop Hop's like, there's a cool, there's a good recipe in here that we won't have to sell Sprig. And Anne's like, no, that book is old. Sprig's internal happiness is worth it for pizza. And Polly's like, agreed. And Sprig's like, oh, maybe we will grow to love each other, like, and then, over time. And the girl comes in and she says, I seen your death in my dreams. And Sprig's like, I thought it would be a surprise. And she's like, oh, it will be. And look at her freaked out expression on Sprig's face, and Polly's just happy about it. And Anne's like, congratulations on your new son-in-law. Now cough up the dough. And he's like, yay. And it's a pleasure doing business with you. And Sprague's like, okay, well, it's time to go. And Polly's like, I want to be the maid of honor. I want to be the maid of honor. And she has the voodoo doll Sprague with still the stake in here, and kind of waving the hand of it. It's like, bye, hubby. Whew. Okay. I know her name, but I'm not sure if they said her name in the episode, because her name comes up in a different episode. So yeah, they don't do it in this episode, so I'm not gonna reveal her name. If you know it, great. If you don't, you have to wait, or unless you can find out by yourself. But yeah, so that's it for the images. So it's gonna stop here with this girl with voodoo doll Sprig with the steak and you kind of see like baguettes in the background, kind of like a variety of pastries and stuff. But anyway, the next thing, if I remember correctly, is they were what was it? They were at this old lady's what did it say, like Mrs. Croker's cheese farm or something, and they were to get cheese, they were like wrangling these bull worms. They look like cows, like bulls, but they're shaped like worms, and they're trying to wrangle them for Mrs. Croker to, so she doesn't have to do it because she's so old. And Sprague's like, what are we doing this for? Like, for cheese. And she grabbed a red leaf and she's like, Toro, Toro. And then the bullworms go after her, and she closes the gate and she hops the fence and like, yeah, did it. And and Mrs. Croker like hands in the cheese. Like, here you go, honey, a hunk of cheese freshly from those. Please don't tell me where it comes from. Obviously, it comes from like the bullworms because cows make cheese. Don't tell me where it comes from. And then the next thing was where they don't show it, but they got attacked by these aphids to get the basil, because the Sprig is kind of handling the basil very harshly. And it's like, careful with that basil, dude. We had to like go through like 1,000 aphids to get it. And it's like, who knew the price of the pizza would be worth so much? But it's worth it. And then now we need to get the final ingredient, tomato. And Hopper's like, and we need the map to get it. And it's like, I can't believe I traded my favorite dentures to get that map. And it's like, this would be very interesting for me and Polly, because we've never seen tomato, because no one in towns really sells them. And it's like, why? And because Hop Pops, there's a reason why people don't sell them, because they're very delicious, but they're very dangerous. Like, dangerous, like, come on. And they don't show the plant at first. Kind of have a cool effect where they just showed like the shadows on the ground, where it's like, it looks like piranha plants that are like tomatoes. And where like there is a good recipe. There's a good substitute for tomatoes that are perfectly harmless, and it's like, no, we are like adventurers, and and we need to be brave and bold, and Hop Pop's like, and there's a difference between bravery and stupidity, because when you say stupidity, the tomato plant grabbed Hop Pop's leg and put him like grabbed Hop Pop's leg and threw it in his mouth, and he's just eaten. And they just run away. It grabs Polly, it grabs Anne, and Sprig is like about to escape, but it grabs Sprig's tongue because like it's flying everywhere. And it eats Anne and Polly, and there's a little gag. I wish I could play the clip, but I can't. But it kind of has a continuity from in this particular episode, where the tomato plant lets go of Sprig's tongue and it goes in his mouth. But before it eats Sprig, he says, "My fiance was right." Because remember what the girl said in the bakery. Your death will be a surprise, because Sprig's like I thought my death would be a surprise, and she's like, it will be. So and because they're technically engaged, so my fiance was right. So I just like that gag, because it's good to have continuity in shows, especially in comedy shows, which this is kind of is. So like I'm really glad it has continuity in the episode from this episode. So like I thought that was pretty cool. So they're inside the tomato plant's throat, and it kind of looks green and stuff, kind of slimy, and they're inside the throat because they're not eaten yet. And they have the bag of ingredients, and it's like, don't worry, the ingredients are safe. And I don't know exactly how it happened. It sort of slipped out of the bag, and it went into the acid, and the bag went down in two. And she's like, no, all of our hard work for nothing. And I'm like, Anne, couldn't you grab the bag with your other hand or close it better? I don't know. I just kind of found that I don't know. I'm glad that the stomach is acid, because plants and humans and like stomachs are like acid, so it kind of makes sense. But I've heard like this, like dropping the ingredients and also dropping the bag, like I kind of find it hard to believe. I mean, Anne, you're like, I'm assuming like she's kind of like middle school or something, so like you're a teenager. Can't you hold a bag with just ingredients? I don't think that cheese was too heavy, because that old lady was carrying it. I don't know. Anyway, that's like a kind of like big critique of it, where I was trying to make a pizza with you guys to save you guys, not put you in that shame cage, not to get you eaten alive. And Hop Up's like, I never cared about that pizza business, but you were trying to help this family out, and that means something in my book. And oh my God, Hop Hop, your book. Is there anything in the old ways that can get us out of this monster? And it's like, oh, there's nothing on this planet, especially just that its insides is delicious eaten raw, and it's all have a smile on their face. And the tomato plant burped, and they just were eating through it, and now it's dead. Then Polly spits at it. It's like, be in your place, plant. They like, oh guys, it's almost time for the potluck. And so let's do one of your old recipes, Hop Hop. It's like, yep, we're doing that, but we're gonna do something also kind of dangerous. So they're gonna use tomato, kind of like Anne, going with Hop Hop, like doing an old recipe because they don't have time for it. And Hop Hop going with Anne's idea of trying something new, kind of like a little middle ground, like how I said they need middle ground. They finally got it. Thank you. It's Anne stealing, manipulating, making fun of Hop Hop, and Hop Hop locking them in, making fun of Anne. Ugh, I hated it. I hated it so much. Finally, they got some middle ground. They to make a recipe together. Thank you, Amphibia. Anyway, it's the potluck time, and it's the mayor, and he's kind of jerky, not too much, but kind of jerky, where he's like, oh, it's time to, for the annual potluck, and they're using, ooh, that's delicious, ooh, that's scrumptious, like kind of eating the different things, and like, there was one that's kind of like these beetles or something, and it's like stacked on top of each other. It's like, oh, easy there, and mayor takes a bite of it, ooh, that's delicious, and finally, the planters. What slop have we cooked up this year? So he must be like mayor for a while. And it's like, oh, tomato, oh, you're really dangerous, huh? So he knows about tomatoes also. And he takes a piece of the remember they were making that mold pie? That was the second suggestion of Hop Hop, instead of doing the pizza, let's do the old mold pie thing. And I said that looked disgusting. It does look disgusting, but I don't really like tomatoes, but that tomato made the pie look good. That's how disgusting the pie looked. But anyway, he took a piece of the pie and the tomato. It's like, and the little assistant has like this drum, like I declare, this is the best dish the Planters has ever made. And Sprig's like, really? We won? Wait, oh goodness, no, you didn't win. It's just the best you've ever done, but it's so terrible. Last place as usual has like a ribbon. It's like really like turquoise, grayish. That says "Good Grief" on it. And then the little assistant like has a trumpet like wah, wah, wah. It's alright. You guys know where the shame cage is by now. And so the family looks defeated, and they're gonna go to the shame cage. And is it alright? Executioner. I think that's what he is. Light it up so they torch it. The food, the worst dish. They didn't say who the winner was actually. Did they? Well, I guess it's because we not really. I'll let it slide this time because this is really the only family we're kind of introduced to, and if we were to say a winner of the family, like it didn't really matter that much unless the Planters won. So yeah, and it's like I would have liked to know who won, but it's fine. But there are like two. I do have two critiques of the episode, but yeah, I kind of don't mind that they didn't say who won. It's like the Planters lost, but like who won? So like, but anyway. So like Sprig's like, hey guys, we may have still lost again, but this is the best we have ever done. So with a combination of Anne's new recipes and Hop Pop's old recipes, this is the best we ever done. It's like, yeah. So thank you, Sprig. We got some middle ground there. Thank you. And and like Hop Pop, Sprig, and Polly are just in the shame cage, and before the cage closes, it's like, this might be a little bit weird, but can I go in there with you guys? And he's like, what do you think, Executioner? Is the more the merrier? And it's like, Sprig's like, get in here, you crazy kid. You crazy kid. And she goes in there. And they lift the cage up, and it's like, if we can't share a pizza, we get to share this. This isn't really that bad. And they throw this, what they call it, shame nuggets at her. He's like, what the heck was that? Oh, I forgot about the shame nuggets. And Polly's like, is that all you got? And Hop Up like he does the final line where he's like, tradition really is, and like someone throws a shame nugget at his face, and he's like, son of a slug. And end of story 1 of episode 3. Had a really funny jokes. The creep girl that's still on the screen right there, she was hilarious. Really good episode overall. Really liked Anne and Hop Hop. Got some middle ground there. Finally, sorry, I just like, whew. And I'm really liking her better now after cane crazy, where she admits that she broke Hop Hop's cane. And now that she's helping the family out with like food situation with the potluck. She's getting some growth, which I really like. Thank you. And I would have to give this like an 8 out of 10 because the baker, like, when he had like a rolling pin right there and he was just like mushing the dough, like rolling out the dough with his feet and put it in the oven, I'm like, ugh. And like as like a pre-baker, like someone who used to do it for a long time. And also, Anne not having a grip on the ingredients and the bag. Those are 2 instances where, like, you could have had the baker, like, roll out the dough with the rolling pin because it was right there. And Anne could have had a better grip on ingredients. But, like, you're probably going to be like, well, how are they, like, supposed to lose or something? I don't know. Not everyone really likes pizza, so maybe they could have made the pizza. It could have been there. And the mayor's like, you guys didn't lose, but you guys didn't win either. Like, this pizza thing is really delicious, but like this like beetle thing is better. So like, they didn't go in the shame cage, but like, hey, this is the best we ever done. They could have done something like that, but Anne had to let go of the ingredients because she doesn't have the grip on them. I don't know. But yeah, so 8 out of 10. The whole baker with his feet thing, and letting go of the greens. But the tomato plant looked awesome. This girl looked awesome. The gags were hilarious. Hot Pop and Anne finally getting some middle ground. Thank you. So yeah, not a bad episode. Well, it's the story of the episode. And tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing story 2, episode 3, Stakeout. And everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.